This is very interesting. Chris Miller, who's a viewer of the show, sent me this. To set the stage, Greenpeace co-founder Patrick Moore is now a paid spokesperson for the nuclear industry, and he went on Hannity and denied that humans have had any effect on climate change. This is the video from Hannity a few days ago.
Well, I actually left Greenpeace a long time ago. I was one of the original founders. I was with them for 15 years in the top committee, but by around the mid-'80s, they turned sharply to the political left and began to adopt positions that I could not accept from my scientific background. I have a PhD in ecology, and I am very well versed in all the biology subjects as well as climate change. And I just had to come out and express what I have been studying for the last 25 years, that there is actually no scientific proof. It's not really about evidence so much. It's more about an actual scientific proof that humans are the main cause of the slight warming that has happened in this world over the last 100 years or so. In fact, the world started warming back after the Little Ice Age about 250 years ago. And
so Chris Miller decided to tweet a link to a study saying something completely different, that actually there is a consensus from over 1,300 studies that humans are having an effect on climate in on the planet. And he actually got into a back and forth on Twitter with Patrick Moore. This is brilliant. He sent us a screenshot of it. And the response from Patrick Moore is, first, that 97% consensus is fabricated. Okay, that's not true. It's not fabricated. You might think that there was collusion of some kind. There's no evidence of that. But to say that the consensus has been fabricated is completely without evidence. But then he says, second, consensus means nothing in science. Galileo more or less proved that. Of course, Galileo's theories, including his support of heliocentrism, was completely based in observation, right? Which is actually part of the scientific method. And people like Moore will say, listen, we can't really say that humans are having an effect because we can't create an experiment that we can replicate and get specific results. That's fine for certain types of scientific analyses, but he's really cherry picking here. And in fact, I think that if we are to take again the Galileo example, Galileo was fought on heliocentrism in part because religious beliefs said something different. Religious believers said that, wait, no, the Earth is the center of our solar system or of the universe. And some of the opposition to climate change is the same, which is, hey, listen, God wouldn't give us a world that we are so easily able to damage just through industrialization. So in fact, I think Patrick Moore is not only slightly wrong, he's almost proving the point of those who would have been supporters of Galileo.
Yeah, I mean, when he's talking about Galileo, he's not talking about a scientific consensus. He's just talking about the consensus of the people as a whole, not necessarily those who are looking up to the stars.
Exactly. And this is the same as using the colloquial definition of a theory and the scientific definition of a theory. He's talking popular consensus versus scientific.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's completely different. There are many people who share his beliefs, but you know what? I'm going to stick with the scientific community on this one.
Very nice work from Chris Miller getting into it with him on Twitter.